G'day and welcome back to Duxel Gaming and Riverview Farm. Yes, we are back continuing on our farming debacles. Well, could be worse. Here on Riverview Farm, this is a map by Carraro and it dates back to, I think it was FS15. I think I keep on saying I think it's FS15, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, certainly was FS17 and FS19 and it's back for 22 and we are continuing on with our work on here. So we have just in the last episode finished seeding this field. So this field has now been seeded with canola, and as you can see, it's with the field info we have at the bottom right hand side, it's growing. Oh, pardon me. We have an 80% yield bonus at the moment. We have growth stage 1 of 8. It's been fertilised 100%, needs lime and needs rolling. Obviously I forgot to do some lime. Anyway, we're not going to worry about the lime now, we're just going to get it rolled. So that's what we're going to do here. And as you can see, we've got our case Puma here. A little bit frosted up. We took a shortcut across the neighbour's field here, which has got lime all over it. And as you can see, we're covered with lime. But anyway, we won't worry about that for now. Okay, let's get in and get some work done. We've got lots of stuff to do. Alright, so we're going to connect this instead of disconnecting it. And we're going to go prep and we're going to start rolling this field. Now, once we've rolled the field, we're all good. And then, as we said previously, we're concentrating on canola and sunflowers. In the last episode, what could only be explained really as a whim, we installed a grain mill up at, you can just see it through the trees there, near the silo. So we've now got not a grain mill, an oil processing plant. Jesus, stuff. So we've got an oil processing plant now on the farm, and that means we've got the ability to take our sunflower, canola and olives, if we did olives, up to the plant, and it will crush them and create the appropriate oil, sunflower, canola or olive oil. Now, we've done that because basically that's going to be our profit crop. So we're going to go through a stage now where our primary crops for the moment going forward are going to be canola and sunflower, and then the output of those fields will go direct to that plant, and then we'll sell off the oil that is produced to make us some money, and then continue with the farm from there. Now, it will make us some good money. It is slow, but it will make us the money that we need, and we can start building up from there. So that's what we're going to do. Now I've sort of also committed to doing that. There's a couple of things we need to make sure of. We still need to make sure we're running an arable crop like wheat, because we need straw for the cows. We also need to make sure we're getting grass, because we need grass or hay for the sheep. Now currently we don't have any chickens in the chicken coop, although that is going to change soon. Now, because the fact we're going to be producing wheat primarily to get straw, the offshoot of that is also to use the wheat to feed the chickens when we get chickens. Now, the bonus of chickens is then we get eggs. We can sell the eggs and make some more money there as well. So that's where sort of that all ties in. That's the sort of the more higher. I was going to say it's not. It's a lower fidelity version of what we're planning on doing. Now, there's going to be a lot of minor things in between here in order to change that to a degree. But that's certainly the plan for this point in time. So in doing that, because we are going to be restricting that, so the field or the meadow that we turned into a field just near the grain mill, what we're going to do is that will always be a wheat field. So that will produce our wheat, it'll also produce our straw, and that should be enough to sustain the sheep and the chickens when we get the chickens in the interim. Then all the other fields will basically be concentrating on sunflower and canola. Now, the two fields, I think it's 7 and 8, that are next to each other, just near the sheep and the cow pastures, I'm going to join those up. So I'm going to remove the trees, I'm going to join those two fields up to make them one field, just for convenience. Just makes it a bit easier to manage, all that sort of stuff. So that's what the plan is for that. So we're going to join those fields together. I'm not going to join all those fields together. I did contemplate possibly doing that, so I'm turning the lights on so I can see where we're going to roll a bit clearer here. It's something I have been considering doing, is just merging all those fields into one big field. The fact that we have this field, so field 16, and we also have the meadow we've turned into a field, it does give us a bit of flexibility. If we want to do that, we could do it. But I'm not convinced. I haven't convinced myself 100% that's the best way to go. So let me know in the comments down below what you think. I'll show you the map in a minute and we'll re-talk about it, and let me know in the comments what you think we should do. But it's an option we have, but I'm not so sure I want to commit to that at this point in time. Hence why I'm talking about it now with you to get your insight hopefully on it. Now, I may well change my mind and just make a decision sometime between now and when I see your comments, but it'd be interesting to see what your comments are anyway, irrespective. So, that's what we plan on doing. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is, once we've got this secondary header row done, I'm going to put this guy in the hands of the hired hand. In fact, I'm going to do that right now, and we'll let him just continue on and get the rest of this field rolled, and then we'll be all tickety-boo. I'm going to head off and go see what else we need to do. I'm going to leave the combine there for now. Right, New Holland here is in the farm. We're going to go and have a bit of a run around and see what needs to be done. So we've got some pallets over here. I don't really need to rush to pick up the pallets, that's fine. I do need to deal with the slurry and that from the cows. Yeah, we've got plenty of pallets. Don't have to worry about the pallets for the moment, that's okay. So, pardon me. We currently have 5,000 litres of slurry and we have 62,000 litres of silage. Now I do need to deal with that. So I need to offload that and sell it off and get rid of it out of the cow barn. So that's something I need to consider and look at purchasing something to do with that. So a trailer to get rid of that. And that will come. The hay is being produced nicely there. So we've got 56,000 grass still in the silo, and we've got 84,000 of hay already available. So that'll take us up to 140,000 litres of hay. So that's more than enough for now. The sheep, they're doing okay. We've got 240 sheep now. They're starting to slowly produce wool, which is fine. And we've got 240 there, so that's all good. A bit of wool there. This is where I'm looking at putting our spinnery. I'm going to put the spinnery in the back here. So we'll do that. I'm not going to, the tailor shop's not going to here. I'm going to have to find some place out near the I might, where is the tailor shop? Let's go have another look at the map. Right, let's go have a look. Cereal factory, there's a tailor shop there. So I could just buy that tailor shop and we just transport over there, which isn't too bad. It just goes through that horrible loopy area through that little town area. The ohm symbol or omega symbol. So we got that there. This area down here, I'm not even going to look at purchasing this farm area here. I'm just going to leave that be. This area here is actually quite cheap, but that's a good area for grass. There's a bit of grass in there, but it's a bit rough, so I'm not going to worry about purchasing that. I think other than that, we're just going to be looking at these fields here for future purchases. And I think, so what we were talking about before, if I come back to the map overview, is joining 9 and 10 together. And what now I'm thinking about it, what I might do is I might join 9 and 10 together, and then I might join 7 and 8 together. That would actually probably make sense. And that would mean that effectively we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4 fields at the moment. So one for wheat, and then we've got canola / sunflower, and then we can go off from there. I think eventually I'd like to have field 11 as a grass field, a permanent grass field. Just purely if it's up and down, nice and quick and easy. I can just go in there and mow it, pick it up, be done. So I don't know. We'll see what we do with that later on. These fields here, I do want to end up buying these and getting all this under our control. So, but we're going to need a fair bit of money for that. So 493 for field 12, 398 for field 17. So that's a million there. That takes us to probably 1.1, 1.4, 1.6. So just to buy those 5 fields, only 1.6 million. So we can get there, but it won't be overnight. Anyway, all right, let's have a look and see what we've got in the way of storage. So as you can see, we've got 15,000 stones. I do want to put in a lime factory as well. So we can take the stones and use that, but we shouldn't get too much stones, so that plenty of strawberries, tomatoes, and lettuce there at the moment. Don't worry about selling those yet. Straw, we've got enough straw for the moment. We've got hay. This is what's in the silo. So while we've got 85,000 hay and 54,000 grass in the silo, we've still got more grass in the main silo. So that's okay. We've got 19,000 litres of sorghum, and we've got 3,600 litres of wheat. Now, the wheat I'm going to leave because that sorghum we may sell. We may take the sorghum out and sell it. In fact, let's have a look at price fluctuations. December, January is about the best time to sell, and we're in March, so the price is coming down. So we're going to wait probably to sell the sorghum. We'll see. But the price at the moment is 1,400 thereabouts, so it's okay. All right, what we need to do though is we need to come down here and we need to come to our oil mill. So this is our new oil mill here. As you can see, we dumped the canola that was in the mill into the factory. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to start off our canola production. There we go. So I'm going to make that active now. So there we go. So that should get us probably at least three pallets of canola oil, and then we'll go off and we'll sell those straight off and then just make the money from that. So that's the plan with that. All right. So yeah, we need to deal with the slurry and the silage from here. They're still not producing milk yet, which is a bit of a bummer because we'd like to make that for some money as well. But anyway, that's okay. So yeah, that's where we're at for the moment. But I think the next job once we harvest all these fields is we'll be bringing these in. I'm going to get rid of the timber. So get rid of all these trees through there. So there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4 trees to remove there. And then this field here will be joined up with this field over here. So I'm not going to worry about doing anything with this field at the moment. I'm going to just plough the whole thing in together. I'll plough both fields in, plough all this in, remove the, 4 trees there, 4 or 5 trees. And then that'll be good to go as well. All right. So that's the plan. I think that will work. I'll head back up here. I'm going to see what the state of the grass is. So this up here, we've got wheat growing here. I think we've got wheat. Yeah, wheat growing here, 60%. So the final growth stage. So that's okay. We didn't fertilise it, so we haven't got much of a bonus from that one. That's what we'd probably like. Grass still hasn't been through here, but anyway, that's okay. All right, so yeah, that's where we're at. So let's go back and see where we're at with typical hired hand. He's just useless. Right. So maybe we should just done it manually. Right. So that's what we'll do. We'll do it manually. Let's go do this area here that we wouldn't have done. So we'll get all this rolled here, and then we'll go back to doing the main areas again. But yeah, so I think that's a fairly decent plan. So we'll end up having 2 combined fields running, and that will work in our favour because it just means we don't have to worry about doing multiple different fields and small harvests and stuff like that. I mean, small harvests isn't so much of a problem. It's just the managing of it. So it's easier to manage the bigger fields, even though they're not going to be huge fields. The equipment we've currently got will be more than sufficient to deal with that, as in the harvester and everything. But I think it just makes more sense to combine those fields in at this point in time. We don't really need to be running multiple small fields. I mean, because if we have the bigger fields, it's quicker and easier to get the yield out, put in the factory, make our money. And then go from there. So we've had our kickstart. That's got us off and running, I guess. But we'll see if we can ramp it up a little bit. don't know why the hired hand couldn't deal with this. Anyway, we'll just do it manually. We haven't got much else going on for the moment, so always get this done, and then that's done. So yeah. So we've got marshmallows there we have to put up to the farm as well, because we've got no more silage bales left at the farm. I think we said that in the last episode, so we need to move them back up. That's fine, we'll get that done. Got field ready to go. Yeah. Pardon me. I was just thinking we have to make sure we're planting at the right time, but I kept forgetting that in this particular series we're not running seasonal growth, so we haven't got the limitation of having to plant at certain points in time. So even if I hold off doing field 7 at the moment, or whatever field number it was, I'm pretty sure it's field 7, it's not going to have an impact on us. So it's okay. It's not going to be a problem for us. I wonder if I can get him to do his job properly. Let's see. Then what we might do is we might go and pick up those pallets, put the pallets in the warehouse, even though there's only a few pallets there, and just tidy up that. Alright, let's go do that. We'll just leave him be. I think he'll be okay. I'll wait for the turn. Because if he does a right turn, we're screwed. If he does a left turn, we're okay, probably. Should be okay. At least for this turn. Alright. Here we go. So we've got the New Holland in the Christmas motif selection today. Covered with lime. Alright, where's my trailer? I think it's down near the warehouse. Actually, what we might do, I might go grab those bales, to be honest. As I said, the pallets aren't really a problem at the moment, but I want to get the bales back over here in case we need it for the cows. So we'll go collect them. Little jobs to do around the farm. I don't think he got tied up in the trees this time, so that's an improvement. Yeah, so this, where I said previously in the last episode about moving this tree back, this is where this thing would get caught up. Coming around there, if I took it anywhere near like I did then, it would get caught up with the branch. So it's definitely an improvement in that regard. Right, let's grab these marshmallows off the field, so outside the field, take them back to the farm. A bit slow and laborious doing this, but certainly better than me trying to load a trailer with a loader or anything else like that. So we'll just accept the time it takes to load it with this while I take a drink. One of the things I think I want to do as well is I do want to change out the baler too. We've got to I want to change out the Pottinger to a Vicon fast bale. So that's one of the things we'll be doing in an upcoming episode as well. At some point, we'll upgrade our baler. Vicon fast bale. The reason I want to go the Vicon is because it's got a pre-compressor, so you don't have to stop and wait for the bales to transition from the wrapping. From the rolling to the wrapping. So yeah, I'm wanting to put that in place and use that instead. Just saves that little bit of time, and I mean that's one of the things we're trying to sort of maximise the gameplay and not waste time with doing unnecessary things. So I know some people don't like using them and all that sort of stuff, but hey, it's just it's there. It's a machine that's available, so we're going to use it. Right, one more bale to go, and then we'll be full. And there we have it. Okay. Take these back to the farm, offload them, and come back, grab the other lot, and then that will be it for the episode. And pretty close. And we'll just finish off the rolling, and then all good to go. Let's hurry up and wait for the next field we're ready to harvest. I probably could. In fact, we may well prep the other field. We may just cultivate it. The only thing is, I don't want to get different states once we merge the field, because it becomes a bit of a pain to make sure you've got in the same state. We may prep and remove the trees in between this episode and the next episode, because there may be a couple of days in between when you're seeing this episode and the next episode. So we may well manage that, get rid of those trees, get a contractor in to remove them, because we haven't got the equipment to remove them. So that's probably the easiest way to deal with that for the moment. And then what we'll do is once harvested, we'll merge them fields together, and we'll be all good to go. Okay, now I'm going to go put these actually down near the cow yard. Because it just makes some sense to be fairly close. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to use this patch where the piggery was and put my bales in there, because then they're only a short roll over into the feeding area for the cows. And just on cue, the robot's coming out to fill up. Oh no, sorry, I am wrong. It's just heading back in after filling up the troughs for the cows. Right, there we go. First batch of bales dumped. We'll do the second batch now, and then we'll be good to go. I must say though, I've said I have enjoyed this map, and I enjoy playing this map. When I first started playing it, like with a lot of the maps, and it still so it probably holds this day, I didn't like the narrow lanes and stuff like that. I know it's typical of England. I mean, I lived in England for a couple of years, but I just didn't enjoy it. Even though the hedges on this you can drive through, which isn't a problem. There's just something about those sort of maps I don't really tend to enjoy. I mean, there's been a few exceptions. Cobra Park Farm, I think, was one. But by and large, I'm not one that's really enjoyed this style of map generally. But there's something about this one from Cavalier Roy that I've always enjoyed playing pretty much after getting over the initial thought sequence of the map. But I think that was just early days, because I think with FS17 this was one of the early maps, modded maps I played after playing the default maps of Sosnovka and Goldcrest Valley, and I think it was just a matter of the learning of how modders were making maps different to the default that I was used to, because I hadn't played with the modded stuff at all. So, but since then I've thoroughly enjoyed the map, and I do enjoy driving around this map, except when I get lost or I run into trees, which you've seen previously as well. But that's just my incompetence. It's got nothing to do with the map maker. But yeah, I am and do enjoy this map, and I recommend this map to any of you that wish to play it. It is a great map. I know my mate Reefy loves it. That goes without saying, but I've watched many episodes of Reefy playing on this map, so yeah, it's nice to be able to play it myself as well and bring it to you. So yeah. So it's almost like nostalgic, I guess, now. Which should be the same case, like if someone brought out, if Bullet Bill brought out Cobra Park Farm, for instance, for FS22, that was a map that I played a lot on with FS17, and I'm sure many of you would enjoy to play that. I know my good mate Grizzly Bear Sims, he loved Cobra Park Farm, so I know he'd be happy to see it back as well. But I mean, look, it's not detracting from any other maps either. So we have got some very good maps. There are some really good ones, and certainly one of the ones that's coming out that will be available soon. It's already been available. Is my good mate Stevie's Elm Creek edit. Now I haven't brought that to the channel because I was already doing an Elm Creek series, so it didn't make sense. But I can tell you, I've been lucky enough to be testing and playing his advanced release of 1.007 of his Elm Creek edit, which will be updated and available once the next patch is available from Giants, and it's probably already been available now. And it changes Elm Creek entirely. In fact, another good mate of mine, JJ, which I think everyone knows, that he's in love with the Elm Creek edit. And he's really enjoying that from Stevie. So yeah, there's a map there. I mean, there's Calmston Park Farm or Calmston Farm from Oxygen David. Beautiful looking farm. Not a farm that I've enjoyed. I have played a little bit. It's not a farm that's clicked for me, so it's not something for me. But there's a lot of other people out there that are really excited and are playing that. There's other farms like North Dakota and all that stuff. So the farms are out there. The quality of them varies. I've spoken previously about Old Stream Farm, which is based on the FS19 version of Old Stream, not the FS17 version, which is my preferred version, as we wait for the Lely robot to get out of the way. But yeah, so there are plenty of maps out there to varying levels of design and capability, all that sort of stuff. So we're not sort of poor for maps already, so it's good, but there's just going to be more coming. But I think everyone has their own preference, and certainly for me, my preferences do vary a little bit. And while I may like one map that's of a particular style, I made like another one that comes out that's very similar. So, but anyway, that's just me. But nonetheless, I'm yammering on now, and we've reached time for the end of this episode, so we're just going to dump these bales, and that will be it for the episode. So I thank you all very much for watching, and I hope that you'll maintain your safety and your health and all that sort of stuff. Please make sure, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, you please consider subscribing, and if you do subscribe, make sure you press that alarm notification icon as well, which is available. Which will make sure you're made aware of when new videos are available on the channel. I know I just can't speak for some reason. Don't forget to come and join us on Twitch, Twitter, Discord and Facebook. The details for that are down below in the description. And of course, most importantly, take care of yourselves and your loved ones. And we'll see you again very, very soon back here at Dark Solar Gaming and Riverview Farm. See you all later. Bye.